One has won the World Cup. One has won the Champions League, while the other got the cosign from the GOATs. For the last decade, we saw two of the greatest footballers, Messi and Ronaldo, dominate the football world. But in the coming generation, it might just become a three-horse race. Starting with Kylian Mbappe, the man needs no introduction. Ever since he burst into the scene at AS Monaco, he's been getting better as each season passes. After that breakout season at Monaco, where he reached the Champions League semi-final with the French outfit, Mbappe was on the move to another French club. This time, he signed for PSG. Over in Paris, I don't think even Mbappe himself could have predicted how good he'd become. It was like he turned into a cheat code. Mbappe was part of the French team that won the World Cup in 2018. Actually, part doesn't justify it. He was the golden boy at the tournament with 4 goals, including a goal in the final that matched a 58-year-old record. Mbappe's goal made both he and Pelé the only teenagers to score in a World Cup final. At PSG, Mbappe continued to improve. And by the time 2024 rolled around, in his 6 years at the club, he'd won Ligue 1 7 times, won the Golden Boot Award 4 times, and had been voted Player of the Season on multiple occasions as well. Mbappe also broke the record set by Edinson Cavani to become the all-time top scorer for PSG, with 256 goals in 308 matches. With 6 minutes to the end of the 2023-24 season, Mbappe finally announced his decision to leave PSG and join Real Madrid. And it's at his new club that he's teamed up with the guy who could very well have his own shout to become a GOAT in the future as well. Jude Bellingham, you know the name. The current FIFA star had an incredible first season for Real Madrid. He scored the most goals for Madrid in their title-winning season in the league. And here's the crazy part. He's a midfielder. He wasn't just scoring goals, too. I mean, some of the bangers he scored last season were mind-blowing. And even when he put on that England jersey, still scored screamers, too. Bellingham's rise to fame is unique. After making his name at Birmingham, he earned a move to Borussia Dortmund in the 2020-21 season, and the club decided to retire his jersey number 22 as a result. He was still only 16 when it was retired. 16! Bellingham at Dortmund was developing a stage every season, and by the time he hit his final season at the club in 2022-23, he'd grown from that 16-year-old youngster to a man. He'd already captained the club on multiple occasions, and in the Bundesliga, they came incredibly close to winning the title for the first time in 11 years. They unfortunately let it slip on the final day, and that turned out to be Jude's last season for Dortmund because in the summer, he'd secured a move to his idol's club and even got to wear his jersey number. Real Madrid and the number 5, just like Zinedine Zidane all those years back. Bellingham's first season in Madrid couldn't have gone any better. He scored on his debut and came clutch for Madrid in big moments like the Champions League and the 94th minute winner against Union Berlin on match day 1 in the group stage. He's already mentioned how much he loves it at the club, and back in October, he was by far the best player on the planet. He's still a strong contender to win the Ballon d'Or this year. He's got age on his side too, and speaking of age, it brings us to the third guy on the list, the only guy who both goal agree will be the next big thing in football, Lamine Yamal. In 2023, he took the world by storm. When he made his debut against Real Betis, Lamine Yamal became the youngest player to play for Barcelona, the youngest player to play in La Liga since the year 2000. But the boy wasn't just about breaking appearance records, because in the next season, his first full one at the club, Lamine Yamal made the world his stage. He was doing this at 16 years old. When I was 16, couldn't even make my Sunday League team. We had no subs. Lamine Yamal last season was a revelation. The way he took on players and made assists, he was so direct that he started a war between two countries just to get him to come play for them. Lamine Yamal was born in Spain, but he could also play for Morocco because his dad was from there originally, making it a third with Equatorial Guinea too, thanks to his mom. In the end though, Spain was where he'd grown up and Lamine decided to stick with that. He chose to play for the Spanish national team, and in his debut game, Lamine made history. This goal set him apart as the youngest player to play for Spain and the youngest player to score for Spain. Lamine continued his good form with Barcelona. Though they didn't win anything that season, he made the Spanish team to the Euros. And after setting up a bunch of insane assists to the likes of Dani Carvajal and Dani Olmo in the group stages, in the semi-final versus France, Lamine made the competition his own. To be able to do this as a 17-year-old playing against guys almost twice his age was breathtaking. In the final versus England, Lamine assisted the opener to his teammate Nico Williams, helping Spain win the competition 2-1. And at the end, he was voted as the young player of the tournament. Looking at all three now, it's safe to say they each have different playing styles that make them unique. Mbappe's the guy who combines goals with speed. He's playing as Real Madrid's number 9 now, so he's the main man in attack. Jude Bellingham, on the other hand, is like a Zinedine Zidane regen, except this one has a perfect hairline. Bellingham on the ball is insane. He can do everything. Pick a pass, tackle, win duels, and score too. Lamine Yamal is that exciting winger who everyone wants to see. Once he isolates himself on the wing and goes one-on-one against his opponent, they start praying because they know what the kid is about. Despite being that young, Yamal takes on anyone who comes his way and has the makings of a star. One thing they each have or will have in common is the fact that they've all once been the best youngsters on the planet. Mbappe won the Golden Ball Award in 2017, Bellingham won it in 2023, and Lamine Yamal is the outright favorite to win it this year. He deserves it. Who do you think will be the first to win the Ballon d'Or? Mbappe, Bellingham, or Yamal? Let us know in the comments down below, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to Heir 2.